Hi there, I'm Andrew, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 7 media resources that I recommend for churches. Let's get started. Before we jump into it, I'll have all the links to the products mentioned in this video in the description below. Take a chance to look through them. Most of these products are completely free or come at an extremely affordable cost and have great value. Let's get started with number 1, Canva.com. Now, I realize that a lot of you are probably already familiar with Canva.com, but this is a rich resource that has tons of free tools for churches to use. Canva and the free version is an amazing website that already starts out with a bunch of free templates to use, as well as free media resources. However, as a church, you can apply for Canva for nonprofits, which gets you everything in the pro version, which means you get access to premium fonts, premium stock footage, premium stock images, and everything is incorporated right there into the app. The one thing I love most about Canva is its portability. At any time of the day, on any device, I can log on and edit flyers, edit posts for social media. You can incorporate your church's branding, and all of that is right there inside of the app. I can pull stock images that I need. I can pull stock footage that I need. I can even create full videos in Canva that are easily exportable to social media. Definitely, it's not a super powerhouse when it comes to editing photos, videos, and designs, but when it comes to accessibility across a bunch of different platforms, I can't recommend Canva highly enough. A couple of the other things you can do in Canva is create graphics. You can create video animations. So if you want to post something, let's say to social media or to any other venue, you can create a simple animation on Canva's website that's very easy to use and very user-friendly. Ultimately, if you're a church, you're probably using Canva already. I recommend seeing if you qualify for the nonprofit. If you have your 501c3 documentation, you should qualify. I'll leave a link to how to do that in the description below, but it's well worth the investment because it's completely free for churches. Also, the last thing I'll say about Canva is they're always adding new tools to their library. So if you haven't been in a while, you should check it out. For example, they just launched the ability to do beautiful one-page websites that automatically format to mobile. And also they have a new video background remover tool, which works pretty well. And so considering they offer all of these things, it's worth checking out. It's definitely a great one-stop shop. It's not the best at everything, but it can do a lot of things really well. The number 2 resource that I recommend is Unsplash.com. Unsplash has a vast library of high-quality premium stock images that you can use at your church for things like sermon graphics, stock images for your website, or even Facebook or Google ads. All of these images come with commercial licensing, so you're able to use them safely for your church's media. So check out Unsplash for your next church media project. The third resource that I'll recommend is Pexels.com. Now, this is very similar to Unsplash, except that Pexels also has not only a large stock photo library, but they have a ton of stock video as well. And this is high quality stock video. If you do a lot of video projects for your church, you know that stock video can be very expensive. And the truth is that Pexels has a large library of great stock video that's completely free to use. So for your next project, if you're looking for stock video, the first place I would check is Pexels.com. They have great photos, but they also have great stock video as well. Number 4 is Soundstripe. Now, this is one of the products I'm most excited about. If you make a lot of videos, you know that finding a good soundtrack for your videos is extremely difficult. That's why I use Soundstripe.com. Now, this is definitely not a free tool. It is a paid tool. However, in my opinion, it's well worth the invested cost. They have a large library of music that you can use in your video projects, and you can search by different categories, such as the genre you want, the tempo you want, even the length of song that you want. It's really incredible. Not only that, but they take care of the licensing for you. So if your church is posting videos to YouTube, if you simply link to your YouTube channel in the Soundstripe dashboard, it will automatically clear any copyright claims that hit your videos. So I definitely recommend checking Soundstripe.com. I'll leave the link in the description below. And if you work a lot with videos, they have some great music that you can use. Number 5 is Fontesk. Now, if you work in graphic design, you know that one of the most important things you need is a good font. And it's really hard to sometimes find a good font for either cheap or free. And even the fonts that are free are usually only licensed for personal use. So you can use them in personal projects, but you can't use them in client work or even in work for your church on social media. Fontesk.com has a huge font library, and you can even filter by the fonts that are available for commercial use, and they have a ton of really good fonts to use in your next project. So if you're doing a sermon design, if you're designing a brochure or a flyer for your church, check out Fontesk. Their library is by far one of the best free libraries I've seen that have commercial fonts available. Next up, at number 6, is Visual Media Church. Now, I find myself going to this website all the time for inspiration for both my designs and the videos that I make. Now, they have some incredible content in their paid plans, but they also have a free membership that you can use, and they have a ton of resources that your church can start using right away. They have great resources such as sermon series, stock video, Canva templates, and even worship backgrounds that are totally free for your church to use if you just sign up for a free membership. And the stuff that they offer, even in their free plan, is high quality. It's really good. And so if you're looking for maybe a new worship background or a new sermon series idea, or if you want to snag one of their Canva templates or their stock video, which is really cinematic level, check out Visual Media Church. I'll leave a link to this in the description below. And last, at number 7 is Wondershare Filmora. Now, I may do a whole video on this product in the future, but the truth is, I believe that Filmora is the best video editing software for churches. Now, this isn't a free video editing software. It does cost about $80 for a lifetime license for one version, or about $50 a year for continual updates to the new versions. But even if you consider their current pricing, the fact of the matter is this is probably the most user-friendly video editor for those who are just beginning to do video work. But for even those who have experience and don't have a lot of time, Filmora's drag and drop interface is extremely easy to use and a time saver for sure. And now all the DaVinci Resolve users are losing their minds. And the fact of the matter is, I hear you. DaVinci Resolve is free, and that alone a lot of times is useful for churches when they have a limited budget. DaVinci Resolve is also a really powerful video editing software, and this is not to knock DaVinci Resolve at all. It's a great program. However, first of all, it has a steep learning curve. It's very difficult to use, and the couple projects that I used Resolve in, I found myself spending a lot of time just figuring out how the program works, all the different nuances to it, and it does have a huge amount of tools, but that also makes the workflow a lot longer and more difficult. And so if you work with church media, you probably have a lot of other responsibilities as well and don't have a lot of time to invest in long video editing projects. Now, if you're doing a very high-grade professional project, then yes, you'll find yourself probably needing some of the tools that DaVinci Resolve has to offer. However, most videos that churches are doing are for social media, or they're doing a small video presentation for their church. And so in many of these cases, Filmora will actually save you time because it's much easier and quicker to use, and it still has all of the main tools that you would need as a church creative. For example, the tool already comes with a ton of basic transitions and animations, including lower thirds, that you can just drag and drop right into your program. And even integrated into the software, they have a lot of other tools you would need, such as basic color correction, keyframing, green screen, and motion tracking. And yes, can some of these other products out there do it better? Sure. But if you're on a limited time frame or you don't have a lot of experience, the truth is that all of those tools are nice, but maybe not something that you're able to use as often as you would like. On top of that, Wondershare also offers a film stock service, which gives you access to a large library of ready-made things that you can use in your video right away. So if you're doing a video with a very specific theme, you can search up the elements that you might need to fit that theme, and you can download a whole pack that has themed lower thirds and title animations and openers that are all drag and drop, and all you have to do is change the text. It's really simple. And if you're really busy in the ministry, like most church leaders are, the fact of the matter is this tool will save you a lot of time, and it will still help your videos look high quality. So I definitely think that Filmora is the best video editing software for most churches out there.